how's it shaking?
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
it's
It's
shaking like the
going.
leaves on the tree.
It's going. It's going. That is funny. That is funny. Um, I'm just gonna jump right into this one because there's no reason to belabor this one. Great divorce. Whew. I hope I never have
Ooh,
that. I know that I'm considered a seasoned woman and my husband is a seasoned man, but if things ever went to the rocky side, I hope we don't have to have a great divorce because when I'm done with somebody, I don't want you looking in my face ever. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. Just like I'm just saying, if I don't want to, I just hope that I would never be in that position. That's number one. Let me just say that to all the crowd in the back who just want to assume something or whatever. I'm not in the midst of this. I'm just saying. But if it ever happened where my husband wanted to beat me, cheat me, do all kinds of things, steal my money, act like he
Got
40
to
and
go. Oh, I'm sorry.
got it. Yeah, yeah, like right. Keep it moving because we you're gonna need to find a hut because the house is mine and I need to be comfortable in my house. I don't need to have you looking at me. You know what I mean? That don't mean I don't like you, but let's keep liking each other if we're not together. Because made me think of War of the Roses. You know what I mean? That craziness. But
right.
um what y'all think about that? I mean, 'cause that's like over 50, right? We're not even talking about
Yes.
people in their 40s. Okay, what y'all
Right.
think about
Right.
that?
Right.
First of
Right.
all, for the record, if your husband lost his mind like that, we would put him in tuckers because we would know he's gone crazy. He
Exactly.
wouldn't. We wouldn't have that problem with him. But that's
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody
I,
put something in his food.
exactly. I would think something was wrong, but I missed it because it was 48 for me.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, it was 48, and everybody was so like devastated because it was like
I
after
was
20 of
devastated.
marriage.
I was devastated.
Like, why would you do that? But
I was
it's rough.
devastated. I was
I
devastated.
know you were.
I was. I'm gonna keep saying it because I love, you know, God rest his beautiful soul. But I loved y'all, equally. You know what I mean? And
But
people
after
should
you
never,
outgrow each other.
yeah, people should never
But you talk
judge.
about rough at this age being divorced. First of all, you hit it on the point. I know I'm taking over this one, but I guess I'm the only one that been divorced, and hopefully I stay that way. The only one divorced.
No, I've been
Uh,
divorced. I'm
oh,
No,
sorry.
that's
I've been
right.
divorced.
Uh,
I've been
the
divorced.
biggest problem is that there was three major things. The first one was you've accumulated so much stuff,
Boom.
right? Little people, big people, boats and trailers and houses and properties and cars, and now you looking at him like I'm accustomed to living a certain way. I'm not ready for this. That was one. Then trying to get back into the world. Well, never mind the two incomes. Now we down to one. I'm going.
Yeah.
I can't have a lobster. I got I got I got to count my pennies. Like, what's that about?
That's
And then
real facts. Yep.
that was major. And then going back after you heal because you need time to heal, right? So now you're aging while you're healing. They say for every year you've been married, you need 5 years to heal. I mean, for every 5 years you need a year to heal. So now I'm looking at 6, 7 years, to heal. And now you come back in the world and they're not even dating the same. They
And
want to
then
Netflix and
he was
chill
your best friend. And then every time he's like, "What? Oh, he fixed this for me. He did this for me." And I was like, "What?"
because they want to Netflix and chill. They want to go half. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but
Yeah, I'm
um,
gonna be
it,
I'm gonna be real lonely because I'm gonna tell you that. Mm-mm.
it's major. But you're right. I got through the little being single thing. I was able to work it out, but it was major. And then you're not used to being a certain type of woman because when you got married, you were 20,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're used to different kind of dating. It's really hard. It's
But then
really
you guys were able to stay friends afterwards. How long? was that for you? Because everybody can't do that.
For the first 3 years, he was trying to kill me. So I just decided to be his friend.
Oh God, Lord.
Because and it is, divorce is already hard.
It certainly
But
is.
then when you get divorced and the kids are on one side and the friends are going the other side, and then the property is going, it was a lot.
Okay.
It was a lot. You've
Yeah.
established so much life together. Hopefully, that's been your partner for a long time. Not hopefully, but sometimes, and then it's so hard. I mean, everything about you. Like, we got divorced for the first 2 years, and I was like, hello, the plumbing's messed up. And he's looking at me like, that's not my problem. I'm like, hell yeah, it is.
You say, please let it be your problem and help me out.
But when I say that, I can tell you that I can always see that he will be like that. He was like that. You know what
You
I
can
mean?
ask Kim. I can wake up in the morning 10 years after we've been divorced and he outside cutting the grass.
Yeah, yeah.
Pissed off.
See,
Like,
I
if you
think
don't
that would
find
be
you a
harder.
man, you find you a man, so I don't have to keep doing that. But it's hard because everything about you guys are so getting divorced at over 50, if you've been together for a long time, it's so hard for you to peel apart.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that is the deciding factor between gray divorce versus just divorce over 50, right? People, gray divorce is really those couples who have been together since, like you said, they were 20, 19, 20. And then now after almost 40 years, you're now no longer a couple. So I think I also want people to understand that that is the distinction. Not you got, like me, I got married the second time and I was 43. So now, if I were to get divorced, and it ain't happening because y'all know my thing, but if it were to happen, okay, if it were to happen, then I don't think I would be considered the great divorce, regardless of how long I've known him.
I got
We
you.
were married in our 40s, so you know that time is not the same. We're talking about these couples who have been together for decades and decades, and now you divorce. And they say a lot of them remain friends because this
And,
person, you
and
know
you know
this
what else
person.
happens? You've been married for so long that you don't want to do that again. So now there's a whole bunch of us single gray people. Everybody's just happy that they don't want to commit.
But you are more sure now of what you want, because if you've been married to someone and then and it's been a long time and you decide that it's not working, I mean, it's because maybe it's a disconnect. It's maybe you lost, your interests are different. You're going two different paths. And just like a lot of people stay together because of all of those things that you
Factors you
talked about
named.
before, that you accomplished and everything. It's like, I don't want to really start that over, but you don't know what kind. I believe you probably grew and learned some different things after the divorce that you probably didn't know how to do or didn't want to do or choose not to do, you know, can do now or have to if you don't want to.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people, my thing would be, is it just like when Kim said she was like, disappointed with the relationship? Is it okay to say, to say, you know what, this is just not for me anymore? It's just not.
Absolutely.
I can't do this anymore.
Because at 50 and 60, you starting to look like this is only one life. This shit about to be over.
My brother said the same thing. Yeah,
I'm gonna be stuck with you and be unhappy, or I'm gonna take this by the bull and be happy, even if I'm by myself.
And then you realize, guess what? When you get to that point, you realize, you know what? I don't care about nothing in this house, or I don't care about what I don't have. I'd rather have live a minimalistic life.
You be like Tina Turner, lawyer. I just want my name.
That's my name, and I'm out of here. Peace in the middle.
Well, and it's funny that you say that, because what I am thinking is we're less in our feelings and more resolved when we're over 50 and decide to end it, as opposed to when we were younger, right? we're more in our emotions, right? So then we're taught we need to work at this, reinvent yourself, and become, even if you're coming from a social perspective or a religious perspective, you're just taught to fight, to fight, to fight. But then, like Celeste said, when you realize you have more years behind you than in front of you, then it's like, okay, well, am I going to grab the bull by the horns and live life the way I want to live it on my terms going forward? And what I think about that is that when you decide, so I have seen, and what I have recognized is there are some couples that are divorced within their marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So they're divorced, but they're still living together because it is a thing. This whole financial aspect, splitting and dividing up your stuff. It sounds very frivolous, but by no means is it, right? And so when you think about the house, or you think about the fact that we're living longer than we used to. People retired at a certain age and they thought that you may get 10 years after retirement and then you pretty much kick the bucket. That's how insurance worked. That's how we thought about it, right? But your house was paid off and stuff like that. Now that's not the case. People are living longer. And now you're like, I got to still be with this person. Like, he's still here or she's still here. I thought they'd have kicked the bucket by now.
Don't y'all look over here at
offense.
me. Don't y'all look over here at me. You already know what I want to say. I'm not going to be with no MFer. I don't care who they are. For nothing for comfort. I'll tell you that much. Because maybe I'm half crazy. Because I'll tell you one thing. I've always been. I can go through the storm. I'll tell you that much because
Can we
I'm
tell them what you told me?
emotional. I'm an emotional
Tell-
person.
Can we tell them what you told me? What you said, you're a serial what?
Yeah, a
When
serial.
I
I tell everybody I'm a serial divorcer. Okay, because when I tell you this, all y'all know me. Look, when I tell you,
When
low
you're done, you're done.
when I say low tolerance, I can't
Yeah.
even fake it off with somebody up in the house. Like me and my kid's father, my kids is damn near the 30-year-old mark. Okay, just in the last probably 4 or 5 years, we had pleasant conversation. They grown, you know what I
Wow.
mean? They grown, and it's not like we got to the point through all these years. I just cut him off. I had nothing to say. You know what I mean? I didn't need you for anything because God blessed me with Keith, and he stepped in as dad and did a lot of things. And he's always bring that back, and he says, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." But the point that I'm making is that I don't want to share anything when I don't like you because guess what? And I'm gonna say I don't like you because that don't mean I don't love you. Because I can love you as a person and a partner and we made children and stuff, but I don't like you because you have made my soul unsettled and you've done this and done that. And that don't mean I don't forgive you, but that means that I gotta go down to that lawyer office man and tell them that, the hyphen on the name need to be dropped on this dude because I don't want to be hooked to them anymore. I want to go about my life. And like you said, Keisha, there's nothing in this house that'll make me stay with anybody I don't like. Nothing
Right.
at all. I don't really even give a damn if I'm sitting in my car rowing it like a boat. You know what I mean? Because I'm going for because look, we go back to that other episode. I'm a hustler. I'll figure it out quick.
Right.
Probably
Right.
faster
Right.
than my husband will because my husband know how I am. So I'm just saying, yeah, no, I can't do that. I won't be in a great divorce. I'm gonna be honest with you. I won't be in a great divorce at all. No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Can I ask one more question, guys?
Mhm.
What if you're thinking about leaving someone and they haven't done anything to you? You just want
Sometimes it
hey,
happens.
that
Well,
happened.
it
Sometimes it happens.
happens.
something. I mean, it's not what you want, but it's nothing
I'm gonna
personal.
tell you.
I just don't
Nothing.
you don't get no thrill from them anymore.
I'm gonna
I'm
tell
not
you
happy.
what also happens. You could be the type of spouse that's perfect to rear these kids because we just work well together. Now the kids are grown, and your mofo behind sitting on this couch looking crazy, and I'm going, we're not even a match anymore. Because the one thing we had in common.
Well, you thought you had in common, right? Because
Exactly.
now how I was counseled was that marriage needs to be your primary relationship because the children are just yours temporarily.
Exactly.
Do not pick somebody that you ain't gonna even like at the end of all of this, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's where this whole conversation, between, children out of wedlock, children in wedlock, or whatever, you have to choose right. There are so many women who find out who their husbands are after they have kids. It's not until they have kids that this man becomes somebody that you never even, or even this woman.
That's people that be planning out having babies. Usually it's just like, ooh, I'm pregnant. You know what I mean? Oh, damn.
Let's be honest, right?
I planned both of them. I planned them, and I knew what kind of man I wanted to raise my kids. And I actually manipulated him. And I knew what type of career I wanted him to have, because I needed to be in my career, and I needed him to stay home and run a business, and all of that. But what I didn't know was that I wasn't going to like him when they start leaving. I didn't know.
So because you chose, it's real talk. But you chose him for a particular reason. Not that was wrong, but because that's the reason why you chose him. Here's the thing: you didn't need to like him. You chose him because you needed a mate. You needed a helpmate. Nobody said you wanted to like him.
And guess what? I want a helpmate now.
It's just harder.
I need somebody to cut that grass. I need somebody to change that filter inside the furnace, paint, and do all of. Yeah, I'm not interested in.
Look, I'm telling you, that's when people hear this episode, I hope that they, maybe get the inspiration to make hard decisions. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you only have a certain block, which is called life. Once that's over, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then I'll say my other saying that I tell my kids that they hate when I say, struggle is overrated. Choose your cards carefully. You know what I mean? And when I say that, think about it. You don't need to go into the trenches, you know what I mean? If you already planned how you going to exit this bullshit, excuse me, you know what I mean? You're going to exit. You don't have to go and have everything fall apart. You have nothing because you ain't planning how to exit. You see what I'm saying? Emotions can get you naked and hungry. You know what I mean? And that's a struggle.
And I'll be honest, being that when I feel like I married for emotion the first time, when I got married the second time, I love my husband. I am in love with my husband. And I realized after not seeing him for 25 years that I've loved him since I was 10. That's a big deal, right? But what I also realized was that when I went into it this time, when I went into it the first time, I was like, I give it 7 years. If it don't work, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
What the hell?
No, that was my attitude. No, seriously, right? Because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But when I went into it this time, and that's where I got the blood in, blood out thing from, is that I went into it this time because I said to him, divorce cannot be an option. I've been through it already, and I can't go through that again. I can't do that again. If you're not willing, that doesn't mean I'll accept anything. That doesn't mean I get to do anything. You get to do anything, because at the end of the day, we'll still be married. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when you go into it with the attitude that is not even on the table, then I need you to be there with me. If we're there, then we're going to work through whatever we go through. And so, but I had to think of it, because I had to think about, if I'm getting married at 43, where I'm going to be at 63, where I'm going to be at 73. I didn't think of that when I got married at 23.
Right.
63, 73, that didn't even pop into my mind, but it does now. And so I think it helps you choose, right? It helped me choose getting married later. But I don't know where I would be if I had married him right out of high school or right out of college. And would I feel that same way? You know what I mean? Certain things come to you with maturity as well, right? Yeah, I'm not putting up with the things. I don't have the patience that I used to have or whatever, right? So I'm a lot more vocal than I used to be before. But would that lead me to go down that path? And if it did, what does that look like? Will it be more peaceful? Would I ever do it again? Hell no, I ain't getting married again. So,
Yeah, because after a while you
whatever
gotta
happened.
share your social security check. So
I
I
was getting
can't
ready
do
to say that, Celeste. Remember, they're going to think you're going to be divvying up that Social Security check with wife 2, 3, and 4.
can't do that. I
So
can't do
this was
that.
a good episode, y'all. I just say this. You know what? Everybody has a different story about divorce. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. And
you
it's
know,
never easy.
it's never easy. You know, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's not. It's
Right.
not for the weak. And but you know, you got to make your own choice. How that's my final thought. You got to make your own choice. If you stay with somebody, because I know people that are with people and they're just there is not really a emotional marriage going on. It's just
Right.
um finances
Mm-mm.
and property and
Mhm.
things like that, and that's all that's going on. And if you're good with that, look, you good with it. Everything ain't for everybody. Final thoughts, ladies.
Mm. My final thought is peace. What's going to bring you peace? What's going to make your life peaceful in your later years?
Mhm,
And what can you live with?
mhm.
At the end of the day, that's what you have to decide for yourself, or that's what you have to decide as a
Right.
couple, and what it's going to look like for you. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. What does it look like for you?
Don't ask me, I'll tell you
I
that.
got, I got the devil in me. I say, of course, always, always put yourself first. But
Exactly.
ladies, I'm a gray woman, right? Don't be holding on to these men y'all don't want. Get divorced so we can have some pics out here in the world. If it ain't working, go ahead and let it go. Because we need somebody to date. We don't want to date nobody married.
Maybe he's for me. Oh my God, Celeste.
Because guess what? It's a lot of men out here too, guys, at final thoughts that are in relationships that
Yes, for
really
sure.
don't want to be in their relationship and they're still being
I believe that.
honorable. You know what I mean? It's still being, the
Yes,
husband in the house and it's not working. You see what I'm saying?
yes. I
So
agree with that
yeah.
All the
wholeheartedly.
good
Yeah.
catches are married. But if you're not happy,
But do
Well,
it,
see, that,
do it,
that goes to
do
my
that's
final
right.
thought.
Do what's
So
right.
do what
Uh-oh.
makes you do what makes you what makes you happy, what makes Celeste happy. Do what make
But
you have to
Celeste,
do what
be
makes you
careful though,
happy.
because
You have to give thought to when you're getting into the relationship. Just like you said, Chauncey, it is something thinking about what you want, how you want in the beginning before you even get married. And I guess if you're
yeah,
in a great divorce and you decide you're going to get in another relationship or whatever, that your thought process will be different, and you would definitely know what you can tolerate, what you want, and what's going to make you happy. Again,
yeah.
do what's going to make you happy. That's it.
And
That's all.
Celeste, I don't know about the age we are now. They ain't gonna be shoveling much and picking up much grass and putting out much
you
garbage.
ain't never lied. You ain't never lied.
Y'all funny as
Look,
hell.
I ain't never told you I was dating in the gray. I told you I was in the gray.
That's funny. I know that's right. That is funny. All right, ladies. So joining me tonight is
It's your girl Celeste. Taking care of oneself is not selfish. It's necessary.
And this is your girl Chauncey. Yeah, stay in your age group. You know.
This is your girl Keisha. Learn and grow in your own lane.
And our girl Kimmy joining us this week was the late. Oh, why did I say that? Y'all made me crazy. Join us next Wednesday when we drop a new episode. Have a wonderful week on purpose, and we'll see you then. Take care.